Hi, welcome back to another tutorial. Today we're going to be learning how to draw flowers for Clip Studio's September tips. Okay, before I show you how to draw flowers, I thought I should show you some shortcuts, some easier methods before you draw them. So Clip Studio already comes in with some presets. For example, if you go over to where you see the rock decoration, then effect, and you scroll down, you see cherry. Hold on, my layer isn't showing. There we go. So now you have flowers. But right now, since I have green, it started to blend in with the white. So I'm gonna use blue so you guys can see it better. This is more efficient if you're going black and white. Just kidding. It's also efficient if you're using colors. It's just that I would recommend this a bit more for black and white, for example, like manga, comics, because it's not quite as detailed, but it has the idea down. The next is cherry, or sorry, rose. Hold on. There you go. Also recommended for manga and comics, more like a gradient type, because there isn't quite as much detailing, but like I said, it does have the idea down. The next one I wanted to show is actually something you could download off of the Clip Studio asset store. You could either purchase them or download them. The ones that I got were free. I'm going to put the links to the brushes in the description below. The first one is Marigold. That one already comes with its own set color, so you can't really change it, because right now I have blue, but it's coming out orange. Either way, it's still very pretty. The next one, similar to the presets of Clip Studio, you need to change the colors. I'm going to set this one to like, let me see, a darker green, and then this one lighter. There we go. And I have some pretty leaves. There you go. This one's more for like bushes, not so much individual. Yeah. There you go. And now for the flowers. This one's more like the preset. It varies with the two colors that you already have set, but it's more for detail work, I would recommend. This one's similar to the other one. Nice leaves that you could just scatter right here and there. But otherwise, they're very pretty. You could change the colors, doesn't have to be green. Just pick two colors that work together and you'll be set. Okay, another little tip that I wanted to give before we moved on to learning how to do the flowers is this one. It's just, if they're not, by they I mean the viewer is not going to be paying a lot of attention to these details, or you just don't really want to go into full detail, I would recommend just doing this. Or sorry, let me make it a little thicker. And there you go. I would have picked a darker color, but I already went through with a lighter purple. It's super easy to make, and you don't have to put a lot of detail into it. It's essentially just an easy flower that you could scatter here and there, and it's efficient if you want to just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, more for just background detail. Okay, I'm going to show you how to draw these four. I picked these instead of a rose because I felt like the rose is just used a lot and I wanted to change some things up. The first and last one, they're not in the photo in the corner, but I had seen them around. It's just that I don't really know their name. The very last one they use for bouquets, usually for something more elegant, I would say. So I wanted to include that one because I felt like it would be important to mention. The third one, I feel it's one of the more common ones, so we'll go into that one. The second one, not quite as common, but it's very pretty, and I think a lot more people should include it. First one, I saw it around. Not a lot of detail into that one. I just saw it around and I thought it would be cool. Okay, so what we're gonna do first is lay out all the colors. So we're going to not go one by one as we usually do. I'm going to show you all progressively. Okay, so what you'll notice is that I did the back layers first. I don't typically do the back layers first, but I wanted to know where everything was coming and going. Okay, so for this last one, you'll notice that it's a little more dried up because for these flowers, they're, I want to say like a branch. They look dried up. It's just that the flowers themselves don't really look as dehydrated. I will put up a reference if I can remember the name. But essentially, it looks more like a branch. We'll notice that for varying flowers, they change colors. Even the leaves change colors. It doesn't mean that everything stays consistent in terms of colors and flowers. Like everything varies and looks different. That is what makes them unique and different. So I would recommend if you're doing flowers, vary in color. Right now I kept these two the same, but I think I'm going to change to the first one because I feel like it's going to be too bright compared to the second one. So that's something we're going to do. And another thing is that I would recommend doing the back layer first because if you're going to do something like the last one, you need to know where your flowers are going to be. Is it necessary to do the last layer first? No. It's just that I feel it could help you more so you know what direction everything's going in. Oh, also another big note, please have reference. It does not hurt to have reference. Like here, I'm only using like 2 of these flowers, but reference is always good and it helps keep you in check. Now we're going to move on to the actual petals. here's all the petals. Okay, this one only has one, but that's because I'm going to show you guys a shortcut, essentially. It varies in color, and it's also good to have reference, because especially for this one right here, the trumpet one, it's good to know your shape, because if you don't have your shape down, it's gonna look a little weird. For this one, I varied because I've seen versions of this one ripped, but also consistently like long ovals, and I preferred the ripped one because then it looks more different, so I kept that one instead. However, now we're gonna move on to the centerpiece, usually where, I'm not sure what this part is called, but it's, hold on, I'll show you. It's this little part right here, this right here, where they get the pollen, the bees. Okay, and here we have it, the base. So there's no details yet, but everything's basically done. All we need to do now is just detail work. I went ahead and just added the back leaves for both of these. I didn't do a white interior like the one here because I wanted to keep it simple. I felt like it would be more efficient just to keep it simple. And here I added the back leaves because if we do just like this, it looks very bare, very empty. So I went ahead and just added the back leaves for this one as well, and a little more bounce here. I'm not sure how to, I want to say bounce, but but I meant more like a bump, because you see the other leaves on the back stemming from the nectar area. I need to learn the word for that. But essentially what we're going to do now is just shade and detail work. Okay, and that is how you draw the flowers. Okay, so to run down the shading, I want to specify in terms of color. So right now, what I did for this orange one, I started here, like the orange, and then we moved down to red. That is to keep it vibrant. If you want a more paler look, a more dull, like this one, what I did, I was sticking more towards the grayscale area instead of moving towards the right. Because then if I kept it to the right, it would be a lot more vibrant. But like I said before, this is more like a branch. It looks very pale, not so not so lively. It lacks a lot of color. But for the rest, I was moving around the circle in accordance to what the color was. For example, the leaves or the stems, they have a lot of vibrance because green to blue or turquoise, for example here, green, turquoise, and then for highlights, it's a higher green up here. The veins on the, what's it called, on the flowers, I wouldn't dedicate so much time. Like I added a little bit, but I still wouldn't really put them. Like I added a few just to give it a little bit of a touch, but not quite as much. But because you already have the idea down, like the overall shape is fine. If that is what you're looking for, you basically already have it. So there's not a lot of need to put the veins in unless you really want to go in and detail it. But overall, you have now 4 different types of flowers. I hope this has helped. And that has been all. I hope this has helped you guys in terms of learning how to do flowers. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. And that has been all for Clip Studios September tips. Thank you for watching.